What is up, everybody? My name is Dane Thompson, and welcome back to another episode of BurnDown. So, to start things off today, me and my little helper here, say hi, are going to go to the store, and we have to get some heat paint. And I did a poll, I made the hot side, and I don't want to paint it black because you can't see if it's leaking. If it's leaking and it's exhaust, it'll have, you know, soot. So I wanted a lighter color. That way I could just see it. That way everything under the hood of the car, I just want it to where I can just see it when I'm under there messing with stuff, looking at it and go, oh, this is loose, or that needs to be tightened, or everything's right in my face, and try to keep it really simple these days. That way we can keep up on the maintenance. And if we do Rocky Mountain Race Week, I want to set up that I can work on in a pinch. So I put the vote to you guys on what color to paint the hot side, and then I thought clear, they have clear heat paint would be cool. And then all you guys said Chevy orange. And on a side note, I don't like Chevy orange. That's like the worst color. But I'm going to hold up mine at the bargain. So we are going to the store right now. We're going to get some Chevy orange heat paint. And we're going to paint the hot side of the Maliboom Chevy orange. And then I've got a turbo drain, some other things to work on. Let's go. Alright, so we made it here. And they only have silver and black in the flameproof. I thought this is our ticket, but this is plastic paint. So I'm going to have to try another spot. Alright, so we got one store down. I got one more to try. I don't have a lot of time today because it's 4th of July and we have a barbecue to go to. So I'm going to try one more spot. If they don't have the orange, I'm sorry guys. And then we'll just do, it only looked like they had black or silver. I guess it'll end up being silver, but we'll try it. And if they got some other funky color besides silver, we'll do that. So let's head over to the next auto parts store. Well, I got two more. We got two more we can try. So we'll go to this one. If they don't have it, we'll try one more. And then I got to get something to go home and get started. So let's go, buddy.
Later.
So we are back from the auto parts store. They didn't have orange. Nobody actually voted for red. So this is the closest thing they had to orange. The other one was silver, which I thought you guys might think that was kind of like a cop-out because it's kind of close to normal. And there was black. So they did have white, but I think that this is closer to orange. So here you go, guys. We got red. And we'll just pretend it's orange because I couldn't find it. Anyways, let me go over what we got done to the Maliboom. I've been working on it after hours here and there. We got a few things handled. So I'll show you where we're at, what we're going to work on today. And then we got to pull that hot side off I made so we can spray it red. Check this thing out. All right, so got the hater pipe. I kept this separate. I was going to plumb it in, but honestly, like when you put it into the pipe, cutting the hole in this piece and then welding that around it is such a pain. I hate hole saws. I'd rather just make that and call it good and keep them separate. So that is there. You guys saw the hot side yesterday. What I was messing with is the water for the radiator. So this is stainless, and if you're wondering why I did this big old donkey weird looking thing, this is a stock pump. This is the way it actually comes out on a truck. I want to be able to put off the shelf parts on this thing if we do Rocky Mountain Race Week or other events where I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I need a pump. I don't want to have to cut and retrofit, because the easy thing to do would just be to cut this, clock it, and I could have come across real clean like that. But then if your water pump goes out, well, what do you do? And then if I get one, do I have a welder? Can I cut it? Can I go through all that? Or I can bolt it on, stick this back on, and we're ready to rock and roll. So we've got room. You know, it's kind of close, but we can kind of clock it a little bit or whatever we got to do. We'll tighten it all down. And it should fit underneath the charge pipe, which it steps up from a 3 to a 4. And there'll be an elbow. This is not the actual charge pipe. That was just for looks, essentially. I have a piece of aluminum. So it'll just go from this piece, the big fatty aluminum piece, and right on in home. I just can't weld aluminum. So I've got the elbow, we'll cut it and kind of fit it. And then I'll have to have a buddy help me with that. And then I struggled with this guy down here. I don't know if you can see it, but we got this super pie cut deal. So I had stainless pipe that I thought would fit this and this, which I was correct on. But the radiator outlets are larger. So you'll notice this size. So this size was supposed to be the size of this pipe here. And then this one's even larger. So I ended up having a piece of pipe that was laying around. I think this is what I was using yesterday. So this was the size I was using. And I didn't have any bends. So I did what any self-respecting slop would do. I just made some ugly pie cuts and snuck it around the way that it goes. So it goes from there, it steps down to the size of the water pump inlet, and we should be good to go. And I got plenty of clearance around the exhaust, but I think what I'll do is, you guys saw that fancy lava wrap, so I'll get some. I think they have some real fat lava wraps. So this is my cold water coming into the block, so I want to wrap this and make sure this temp stays down. And I'm going to wrap this instead of the exhaust, because then you won't be able to see the pretty red color that we're going to paint it. And I just don't like wrap on the exhaust, to tell you the truth. I'll let all the ugly hang out, we'll paint it red and it'll be awesome. So this whole portion from here, and then that whole donkey deal up to here, all this stuff will be red. And then I may do these in black, we'll see. I don't know if I have enough red to go there. We'll see if I have black or red, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But hell, I guess we can just make all the exhaust red. But anyway, we got all of that pretty well done. I'm out of welding gas essentially, so I had to borrow a small CO2 tank from a buddy of mine. So both of these things are like on their last leg, so I can't finish weld anything. So what I'll do is we'll move on to the next stuff. We need to plumb the turbo in, which I don't know if I have stuff for that. We're doing pretty bad over here, but I think I might have enough to make the drain. So I think we'll focus on that. I'm hoping to possibly hardline that drain, but we'll see how we go. It goes into the side down there, and I don't know if I have a 90 or what. So we'll look at that. I'll decide what to do. I think we're going to start with the drains though, and then I don't know, as long as the drain sneaks over by this, I don't think I'll just take a picture of that. We can take this off and paint it, because I need that to have time to dry. So yeah, the drain will have to come out of here, sneak in between there, go behind the balancer and all that, because my drain line is down there. I don't want to drill and tap that side of the pan, plus it's getting pretty busy with all the fuel lines and stuff anyway. We also need to tackle fuel lines, which are coming up here. This isn't where they live, but I have fuel in the tank, and if I put them down, they leak fuel. So turbo drains, we'll try that, and if that doesn't work, maybe we can look at doing fuel lines, and we'll try that, because we got to get the fuel back up to a regulator and then back up to here. So let me start with that turbo drain. I think we can accomplish that, and if not, we will try fuel lines. It's whatever I have. It's whatever I have materials for, honestly, at this point. Kind of want to show you guys what I go through when we build stuff, or I build stuff. I have this bag of shame. I know a lot of you guys have probably seen it. This is all like AN fittings and ends and you name it. And I've collected it over the years of building things. And I try to save everything that you can kind of reuse. Old hoses, all that stuff. So now what I'm going to do is just go through my junk that I got here and then try to make a turbo drain. So it's got to come off the bottom of that and then hit the pan down there. So go behind the balancer and all that fun stuff. So let me see what I got. I'm thinking this guy kind of looks promising. I have enough of this hose, but I don't know if I have the ends, the proper ends. I might. Well, yeah, maybe these two guys. I think those will do it. But let me go through everything and figure out what we're going to do to get it from the bottom of here to over there. Okay, I went through all this stuff here, all my different options. I thought about trying to hardline it, but the problem with the hardline is the radius on the bend is a real big sweep, and if you look at fittings like this, obviously I have a lot tighter 90, I should say. So I ended up having two 90s. I snuck one on there, and then I snuck one on there. It's still on a hose, and then literally that black hose will just go from there up over and through to here, and then I can put lava wrap on it. I mean, actually, when it's up on here, it ain't even gonna be close to the exhaust. I'll lava wrap it anyway, because I don't know what the heat temp is on this, but that'll be easy. So let me make that up. I'll show you guys what the finished hose look like. But yeah, that's super simple, and then we will move on. Maybe we can see if we can feed it. I don't know. I'll see if I have some dash 4, but let's knock that out, and we'll move on to the next deal. All right, here's a look at our finished turbo drain. This side's getting pretty crowded. We got the lava wrap on. I've got plenty of room in between this and the hot side. It does touch here. This stuff is thick, and then it goes up and over the balancer and then pokes out down here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a bolt right there. And I'm just gonna put a little hold on that little standoff, and then it doesn't rub or touch on anything. I'll make sure it doesn't touch. And if that keeps it there, then I don't think there's a chance that we get into the balancer. We're pretty far away from all that. Let's see if I can give you a look underneath. So there you go. That's a better view. See, it sneaks back there. And then we don't touch or hit anything. And I think if I just capture the hose here, just for weight, like maybe under hard braking so it doesn't come forward, but I doubt it's gonna move. It'll be heavier though when it has oil in it. This side's pretty taut down here. So mainly, just want to capture that portion there and keep it stand off so it doesn't rub anything, but that is it. Just goes down to a 90, boop, right back in the oil pan. So there we go. We'll capture that, and then we got a turbo drain. All right, so I looked around in my stash, and this is all leftover from the Bego hardline. So this is 1/4 inch aluminum. I'll stretch it out and we'll see if we got enough, but the problem is I had to go from here down to under there where the puddle is. So there's an ITC billet adapter, so that's where it's coming out. So I think if I go up and over in that way, I might have enough to just make like a, instead of coming down in this way, I think that would be easier because it's more of a straight shot, just a couple bends straight into there. So let me mess it, I'll bring you guys back. But yeah, we're trying to make it from down there by the filter to up here. And then if anybody's wondering why I just don't take it from back here, my thought is if I have oiling issues, the oil may not make it to the top, like if something happens. But I think that should have pressure over this, like if I had a cam bearing failure or something dumb. So I don't want to starve the turbo. So if I take the motor out, I'd rather make sure that thing's got some oil. I don't know if that would happen. You guys can leave a comment on what you think, because it would be a shorter line from there to the back where the oil pressure is. But that's the highest spot of the motor, essentially, and like the last place to kind of get oil. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to go from the bottom, and then we'll go from there. Okay, awesome. I just got started making a couple bends, but it looks like we are gonna be good as far as length go. So it should go all the way down and then plug in down there. So I'm excited about that. At least I can do it in one shot. I did have a union fitting, and then I got the old oil line down there, and I'm like, if we got to do it, I'll put a union in it, but I think we can make it all in one shot. So bring you guys back for a look when it's all bent up. Ta-da! All right, here is the finished project today. So we got the feed line, comes out, cruises down, back and around, manifold, give you a peek back there, goes down. I've got it held down right there so it doesn't move, then it cruises on down, and then finally 90s into dude down there. You can even see it. So my ITC feed is down there between the manifolds, if you can see it, coming off of the what is that, the oil filter. I can't even think right now. Anyway, so we got that all done. So that boy is plumbed, and then again there's my drain, it comes up to the bottom of the turbo. So we have a plumbed turbo. I have a barbecue to go to today. Today is 4th of July. Happy belated 4th of July by the time this comes out. We will be past the 4th of July. If you notice, I still have all the welding, the finished welding to do on the water portion of this. So when I get some more gas and we get down to the welding, I got to take things apart a bit to get to it. So we'll pull that hot side out and we'll go ahead and spray it with the red paint. So next time you see this, it's going to have a red hot side. But I'm going to check a few more things off the list. This thing is getting close. There is a test and tune in a few weeks. So hopefully I can get it lined out. I got a mountain of stuff to do still though, unfortunately. So it may run and drive, but I think I'm going to do the rack and pinion as I promised, because if I don't do that now and we start running, it'll never get done. So we got to pull that out, put the rack and pinion in, which means I got to redo the steering, set that up. I think I'm just gonna leave that column. I thought about getting like a race one and all that, but I really don't want to give myself more work than I need. So we'll put the rack and pinion steering in, and then we'll knock the rest of the stuff out on the list. And then hopefully in a couple weeks we can go race, but we will see how we go. I am super busy, but I'd like to make it run and drive as well. so we can get it out of the damn driveway and put it back where it belongs. And then I've got some maintenance and other things to do on the Winnebago. We got to check the wheel bearings and all kinds of stuff, but it's over in the dirt, so I need to wait till this spot is freed up. So, got this much stuff to do. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. I'm out.